This is the Salesforce Pacers Gaming Podcast, episode 2 of season 3. I told you guys we were going to do things a little bit differently on this podcast. Last one we had all the guys on it. This time I only have one. Bobby Buckets. Bobby, what's up, man?
What's up, Spence?
And you're at the facility right now, right?
Yes, sir. Good.
Yeah, so we're going to show you guys around the facility a little bit, talk about our matchup. For us, it's tomorrow. For you guys watching this, it's tonight at 7 p.m. versus the Knicks, so make sure you tune in to that. Bobby, who are we scrimming today?
Yeah, so today we got we're about to play the Cavs right now, and then got the Celtics later. So back-to-back scrims today.
Is that just who we got, or do we strategically try to scrimmage certain types of teams?
Usually we try to be strategic about it, whether it's teams that we already played, so we don't show them anything, or
right.
A team that's maybe not on our schedule, stuff like that. So try to be strategic.
Yeah. Do either of these play like the Knicks, who we're matching up against in our next game?
Yeah, a little bit. I know the Cavs, they run usually they run dual ball handlers, so it's kind of somewhat similar. We know the Knicks, they have Duck and Malik, so obviously the Cavs run it like that with Strainer and Doza, and then Celtics a little different story because it's mostly ran through Fab.
For sure. What do we see in the Knicks? We've had all season to figure them out, right? We've scrimmaged them a lot.
Yeah, we play them a lot. Yeah, I think they're a good team. They're 6-7 right now, so they're still trying to make that late playoff push. Obviously, they got Malik, who's a really good player, good two guard. They actually changed their lineup. I don't know if they'll run with it, but they didn't play a big rim in the tournament, so I don't know what the role with that. But obviously, you got Duck and Rob, their first round picks. That they've had both have had two good rookie seasons.
Yeah. So right now, I'm not there with you. I miss the facility though, due to everything this summer. Haven't been able to get back there since mid-March. But you guys have been able to, through with special guidelines and different things, scrimmage in there on some days. And then also we've been competing out of there for a little while as far as the games. What's that like? What's the difference between that and then also how we had to compete remotely from your apartments in the beginning?
Yeah. So it's been a lot different. So when I first got here, I think we were in here for about a week and a half where, every day we come into the facility, no problems, no issues. And we'd have to come in, you're here for a few hours and then, afterwards go back. And, once the whole COVID situation, we started just staying in our apartment. So we never really got out the apartment. It's a lot different, playing in your room. Some people, you just wake up, you don't have to go nowhere. We had the whole setup in our rooms. And then now it's nice to, get out, get back in the facility a little bit. We usually only come in on game days and the day before, but it's definitely, I like being in the facility more than sitting in your apartment every day.
Yeah, I bet, man. What's the difference between playing as a team from apartments versus in the facility?
Yeah, I think just a lot having your teammate right next to you and stuff, you can kind of feed off the energy. When you're in your apartment, it's all through a headset. It's pretty much like playing online on your Xbox or something, and you get in a party with your friends and you're playing. It's pretty much like that to a certain extent. So it's definitely a lot better being in the facility.
Yeah, there's definitely something about being physically there with your teammates, being able to step away from the computer and talk to each other, between quarters and halves during games, after games. I think that, I think the energy is huge. Energy can only come across so strongly through digital, through audio and a headset versus literally seeing someone, pump their fist and yell and everything. So
make a good play. You can, give them a little fist bump or something compared to, all you can do before you just hear their voice. You can't really see them and stuff like that. So,
yeah. Well, speaking of seeing them and speaking of facility, I'm going to have you, this is kind of cool because you're on your phone. I'm going to have you walk around a little bit and show us, and I'll talk through some stuff too because I've been in that facility since 2018. So we've used it in certain ways as well. I know it's not set up perfectly right now. We've got some things that I left because of content stuff. I think even maybe behind you there's some stuff, but also I know that because of the broadcast restrictions and everything that we had to set up for that, there's a lot of wires everywhere. On the practice court, we call it. But I don't think we've really shown our facility because of the situation, really to the majority of our subscribers. So I kind of want to use you to walk around and show them some different things. And I think we practiced earlier. You can flip the screen. I'm pretty sure on your phone.
Here we go.
And if you want to just like show broad angles of stuff and talk through what it is and how you guys use it.
Yep. So here I'm sitting right there. This is our little lounge area, a little hangout spot. Got a nice TV. We were actually just playing the 360, bro, some throwback games, and we are just having a little tournament, so that was fun. Then all the lockers.
Off that one.
Yeah, got the lockers over there, and then a bunch of gear. This is the ping pong table. This is where a lot of good matches. Everyone competitive, getting at it, going after each other. So
what's in
definitely fun.
What's in Bobby Bucket's locker?
In my locker, I don't think I have
Bobby locker.
Let me see.
We're gonna find out. I looked. You know what? I just peeped the top of those lockers. Look at them real quick. We had to leave so quickly. I didn't get everyone's names printed out and put up there. So you guys just got blue.
Blue. It's pretty empty. I just got this one bag that they gave me the first week here.
Right?
Yeah, and I haven't brought it back. That's it. Some papers up there. And then, we got a bunch of we got it, and then like the next day we were banned from coming in here.
I think literally we got that gear, brought it in. We had it over there by the wall on where the logo's at right there. And when I came in the last day, I moved it all at least out of the way. So and then it was somewhere else.
And that was the last of it.
If you turn around and show just the full room, in that back there, we got some lights. We were filming some content with some computers that we're now using, but we had a computer set up there. And I know there's a couple build videos. I think one of the most popular build videos on the channel, it says "Make this build" on the thumbnail. It's like I think it's a power forward or something like that. Paint Beast. We filmed with Wolf and Nate, and that's where that kind of stuff was getting filmed at. But yeah, the next room here, this is the practice court, right?
Yeah, so this is where it goes down. You can see the guys playing right now. Usually there's 10 computers and monitors, so the 5 that were over here are actually in our apartments now. So that's why there's nothing on those desks. And then you can see everyone scrimming right now on the other side. Playing right now.
Scrimming the Cavs.
Playing the Cavs.
Now, what people see on broadcast is from what, like Bo's camera?
Yeah, so we go over here. These are all these wires Spencer was talking about.
That's everything we had to do for the broadcast remotely.
The fly packs and stuff, and everything. You guys see the broadcast connect over here to Bo's computer. So that's usually what you're gonna see in the background. You have the camera right there, shows Bo. And then we usually watch film on like a TV right here, and then there's another big TV right there, and another one over there.
We got a couple of them hanging out. We were really looking forward to using those TVs that are on carts, or for some different, like having people into our space and being able to show things with that, and maybe even using them for content. I think I used them once or twice for the fan film review content we shot early in the year while we still had access to the studio. And then in the very back left, I think is what we call like our streaming station. We got like a massive Alienware computer back there. We got a couple monitors set up. Looks like Cody's chilling back here.
Yeah, you got CP chilling over here, eating some Qdoba.
Qdoba.
He said Qdoba's better than Chipotle, so that's why he went to Qdoba today.
Ooh,
hey, that's just the word on the street. But yeah, that's the streaming.
You guys should let us know in the comments. Is it Qdoba or is it Chipotle? Which one's better?
Yeah, that's a big debate everyone has.
It's a huge debate. I think people just eat one too long and then they get sick of it and they think the other one's better and then they flip back and forth. That's what I
Yeah.
think. All right, so what else? We got strategy room.
Strategy room. This is where we go over film or eat sometimes, and you can see we got some. Let's see this art. Drawing up.
Secrets.
This is for the Blazers. They were talking about defense and stuff. Jomar was on the board, right? And so this is kind of where we strategize and prepare for our opponents for the most part. And then
historically speaking, it's been the meeting room, the lunch room. For Cody and I as well, like outside the team, we'll meet with people from the Pacers organization in here. We'll meet with potential partners in here. And yeah, so that's, it's kind of used as a conference room / lunch room / strategy
room. Yeah.
NBA 2K Lab logo in the back.
Yeah. Then we got a little kitchen area, a little fridge, freezer, microwave, little coffee, Keurig.
Not gonna lie, when I started, I was pretty pumped about this space because I didn't think that I'd have something like this at my job, but it's literally right outside of our office space. So
yeah,
I think it's really helpful for you guys. Oh, we got a little
game fuel, game day. Usually going and get some game fuel.
All right, so to the left there, that's the front door. So that's where we all walk in. Got some art on the wall. Got the inaugural team up there.
Yeah, I think we gotta update it. Somewhere get some.
We were working on it, man. We were literally in the conversations working on it. We were gonna get it updated.
And this the back office.
Back office. This is a place I miss. So the corner station there in the corner with the big old widescreen. Well, we got 2 widescreens in there, but mine's bigger. You can't tell on here, but mine's bigger.
This one?
That's where I used to sit, man. That's the spot. That's where we edited all the videos. Been working from home for a while, but we got that. We got Cody's station on the left there, and then we've had interns, some summer interns there behind you, usually at another station. Yeah. And that's where we plan things, have our calendar up, everything like that. So that's like our little command center. As far as like the team ops side, whether it's content, management, all that kind of stuff, interns. And then I don't know, this room's probably locked, or maybe, I'm not sure. But that one's just, it's been historically like a little storage room. But right before we left, we did clean it up because we were planning to have 2 interns. We were going to have one working out of there. So we were going to have like a station in there. And we also had talks about like creating a streaming space in there at one point. It's kind of an auxiliary room with desks and it's also got the printer. So it's the print room.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in there. Ever seen it.
Yeah. It's pretty small. It's like a little closet space.
Yeah,
but
I think that's about it.
That is Pacers Gaming.
You mean
HQ right there. State of the art. One of the top facilities in the league. It's interesting seeing the guys scrimmage on that side because
it's always over here.
For the first 2 years, it was always over there. And then we took those PCs home when we thought all the guys were going to play from their apartments. We were able to get some small clearance to get back into the facility, and that's where they're scrimming right now. And generally, do you use headsets during like the games?
Yeah, so we use the HyperX headsets usually during the games, but we don't use them when we scrim usually.
Right, just from it's easier to talk to each other kind of thing. Is there a little bit of a delay for comms for you guys?
No, not really. Cause I think we usually hook it up to I don't even know what it's called, but this thing right here.
Yeah, a little mixer.
Yeah, and that fixes it a little bit. So it's closer than usually when you'd have just a headset and you're in the Discord. So that definitely helps.
For sure. I haven't been able to play you guys in ping pong. Who's ping pong champ?
Ooh, ping pong champ. It's a debate between I don't know, either CP, Jomar, and Nate. I think those are the top 3. I can't tell you who who's on top for that? I can't tell you. We'd have to have like a big tournament to figure it out.
But Bobby Ping Pong's probably not going to be your
Yeah,
nickname.
The thing. Yeah, I'm not. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. I'm not the worst. It goes bows at the bottom, man. Me and him have some battles, but I usually win. So after that, though, I'm not. I'm right there with him. Though I'm right there at the bottom. Me and him, though, from playing each other and stuff, gotten a lot better than when we first got here. So
little practice.
Yeah,
little practice.
In reps in.
So I see you've got a screen sticker on you. Why don't you tell everyone like what it's like for you guys to come into the facility?
Yeah, so before, pretty much, you'd scan your card, you'd walk in, go up to the 4th floor, and you're right in there. Now, we got to go up. We get screened every day. They take our temperature, and then you have to wear the sticker for the whole time you're in here, pretty much so they know you're screened.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of, they've made it more like you only have to get screened once. You get this, and you can leave and come back in and stuff. But like a month or two ago, it was, once you're in, you're in. You can't leave until if you leave. I mean, can't come back in pretty much. Like, so now it's definitely gotten more relaxed, where you can go to Qdoba, which is right down, get some food, come back. So
right, which is helpful for you guys when you got to go in. I mean, you guys went in around 12 today, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to be in for several hours, and especially before a game when we go in early, because what is game day like then? So like tomorrow, aka today, for everyone watching, what's that day going to be like for you guys?
Yeah. Usually I think one of the times we came in like super early. So we were here from like 2 and we didn't play until like 9. And so we couldn't leave or nothing to get food. But we've been coming a little bit later for games. So usually what it is, we'll have like a morning, or not morning, but like a day of scrim. So we'll do that. If we play at 7, usually at like probably 2:33, 2 around there. And then if we play at 9 later, like 4, 4:30, 5, something like that. And then we'll have that scrim. Then also the league has us do a test on the fly packs, make sure they're good. And then in between, after the scrim, we usually only play 1 or 2 games. We'll game plan a little bit. And then also whoever we're playing with, do a test quarter with, I think an hour and a half before the game. So do that. And then after that, kind of hanging out, getting ready, maybe some more film, get shots up, stuff like that. And then it's game time.
Is that test quarter for the league specifically? Like they have you play that so they make sure everything's working right?
Yeah, I think for them, and then also like make sure there's no lag on for either team and stuff like that. Make sure the host is fine, stuff like that, ahead of time. So
is the test quarter with the opponent?
Yeah. So and you load up, play a quarter with the opponent, just make sure everything's all right.
Do you guys usually show like your lineup, or do you play random things, or?
Usually we kind of just play random things, and kind of it's usually like kind of. Sometimes though we've had people on their builds like to shoot and stuff at first, but now it's kind of like just don't want to show too much, and then especially for the turn,
right.
We showed like double lock when we did the test quarter, and then they actually banned, so we couldn't run double lock, but we didn't want to run double lock anyway. So
okay, so a little strategy there.
Yeah, little mind games.
Little mind games. Well, that's a good look into the facility. A little bit into these guys' sort of like daily scrimmage life, more or less. And especially in this sort of new world that we're in right now, you would think, I think most people would just think esports, like it's video games. Why don't you guys just play? Like, why is there even, I remember in the beginning, it really threw us all off because, we generally travel to New York City and then for tournaments to outside other locations like Orlando, Vegas, to play locally, not online, so that there's no lag, there are no issues, no team has a better connection, if you will. Yeah. So I think, in the beginning, what had to happen was the league had to completely sort of rewrite all the rules around that and for online play. and there wasn't necessarily like a system in place. We could scrimmage online, but there wasn't necessarily like a system in place for playing competitive games online that do count for the season. So that's been, I know in the very beginning, like when everybody had to be home, you would think, oh, just hop on and play. But there was so much more, like logistically speaking, and especially for it to be broadcast. You guys saw all that equipment that Bobby showed you, like
it's
wires upon wires. There's cameras to make sure nobody's cheating. There's cameras for broadcast to show, the team playing. On the audio side, I know that everyone has to connect to Discord. They're pulling in different audio, whether it's game audio or your guys' comms. And then that's just for one team, right? And they have to do that for every team for multiple games every night. And then you guys also are playing a best of 3 series where you switch hosting, right?
Yeah.
And what's the point of like switching who hosts it?
Just like connection. So usually the home team's going to have a better connection. And then a big thing, which is why they went to best of 3. It's just like the West delay or West Coast, East Coast delay. So it's same in like retail or anything like that. If you're from the West Coast and you're playing on East servers, there's going to be a little bit of delay that it kind of affects you. Now, how much, it's hard to tell, but it's definitely somewhat of an advantage regardless. So that's why they went to best of 3. So usually it's home team, away team, home. Still, if you're the home team, obviously you have a little bit of advantage, but it's better than just playing one game where you have a chance in 2. And like in tournaments too, they've made it actually where it's home away and then point differential. So that can be a big thing. So the point
differential, if there is a third game.
Yeah, in the tournament.
The point differential of those first 2 games decides who gets that home
host,
or it's like home court advantage almost.
Exactly. So that was like a big thing in the turn. The Raptors and the Kings. Raptors won game 1 on their host by, I think it was 12, and then the Kings won game 2 on their host. When obviously that's West Coast, East Coast by 15. So the Kings actually got the host for game 3, but the Raptors still ended up winning. But that was kind of like a big deal, big example. So
so that's some of what that we're, because you want some competitive integrity with this as well. Like, so that's where you've got to come up with solutions for broadcast, for competition, for everything, even though it's video games and you can play online. When there's so much of a prize pool on the line, when it's professional organizations competing against one another, you have to make sure you're getting it right. But, all right, man. Hey, appreciate you taking the time out of the day. I'll let you get back to it. Thank you, everyone else, for watching. I hope you got some cool insight into what Bobby and the rest of the team's life is like at the facility. We haven't shown you the facility, so you got to look around a little bit. Let us know what you think about that below. This concludes episode 2 of season 3 of the Salesforce Pacers Gaming podcast. We appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.